Under a stillness so heavy that not even the roar of a WrestleMania crowd could pierce it, a hand trembled as it reached for the phone. But Bianca Belair wasn't bracing for a promo shoot, a main event entrance, or a glittering red carpet moment. No, she wasn't the showstopper today. She was a wife, a shattered, breathless woman collapsing under the weight of something no title reign could protect her from. Her husband, her love, her heart, Montez Ford, was gone. Not written off in a storyline. Not sidelined by a kayfabe injury. Not prepping for a surprise return or secretly building toward a triumphant comeback. No, this was reality. Cruel, sharp, real. Montez had suffered a massive, fatal heart attack. Sudden, final, unforgiving. Hours earlier, he'd been smiling, dancing, joking, radiating that signature Montez energy backstage after a dark match following Raw. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. No hint that the same heart that had fueled his passion and powered his spirit would betray him before the night was over. He was 34 years old. His last moments weren't in the arms of his wife or surrounded by family, they were backstage, where cameras had stopped rolling, where laughter had dimmed, and where the real pain began. Bianca didn't get the news from a doctor or a hospital. She wasn't alerted by medical staff or even Montez himself. She was sitting alone in their hotel suite, scrolling through messages, humming the melody of his entrance theme, probably imagining him walking through the door at any moment. But instead, came a knock. 2 WWE security personnel, faces blank, eyes red. And then those words. Words that collapsed time. He collapsed after the match. Paramedics tried. Bianca, we're so sorry. That was the moment the world ended. For Bianca, time didn't continue, it fractured. Montez Ford, the man who injected every arena with electric energy, was now just gone. The man who brought soul and swagger to every tag match, every promo, every backstage segment, had vanished from this earth, leaving behind a silence so thick it suffocated. And just like that, the EST became a widow. That night, she posted a simple image, a black screen with white text. My heart is gone. Montez, I love you forever. Fans didn't know what to make of it. Was it real? A cruel PR stunt? A hacked account? But then came confirmation, an official WWE statement, a tweet from Triple H, and a gut-wrenching post from Angelo Dawkins, 3 broken heart emojis and a photo of him and Montez embracing after a big win. There was no more pretending. Montez was gone. But how? How does an elite-level athlete, a fan favorite with a magnetic personality and a legendary cardio tank, die so suddenly after a match? The truth began to trickle in, dark and infuriating. Multiple sources said Montez had mentioned tightness in his chest in the days leading up to his death. He chalked it up to fatigue, high-intensity workouts, or a recent bump from a rough spot at a house show. But no tests were done. No EKGs, no heart scans, no second opinions. Why? Because in WWE, the show doesn't stop. Not even when your heart's begging you to. Bianca had begged him to rest. She had noticed it. His slower movements, longer naps, poor appetite, the constant water chugging. She had seen the signs. But Montez, like so many others in the industry, didn't want to lose momentum. Didn't want to disappoint fans. Didn't want to risk falling out of creative's plans. So he suited up. He went out like a champion, even though the war inside him was raging. WWE superstars are trained to ignore pain. But this wasn't a pulled hamstring or a sore back. This was something more sinister. Silent, deadly. Doctors later confirmed it was likely a previously undiagnosed heart condition worsened by the intensity of performance. Something that could have been discovered. Something that could have been treated. But no one looked. No one listened. The ringside doctors, the trainers icing his shoulder, the creative team praising his energy, none saw the heart that was failing. Bianca wasn't quiet. A leaked private video from a WWE staffer showed her pacing backstage in full gear, weeping into her hands. He kept saying he was fine, she sobbed. I should have made him stop. I should have made him go to the hospital. But what choice did she have? In the WWE machine, stopping is disappearing. And now Montez has disappeared forever. The locker room was devastated. Roman Reigns cancelled appearances. Kevin Owens reportedly broke down backstage. Even Vince McMahon, rarely emotional, issued a personal statement calling Montez a light in this business like no other. Dawkins remained silent, not even a tweet. He was said to be the first to arrive at the hospital. Some say he identified the body. They were more than teammates, they were brothers. A fan tribute read, Montez didn't just wrestle. He radiated joy. Every dance, every grin, was pure sunshine. And maybe that's why the loss felt so cruel. Because joy like his is rare, and now it's gone. A private funeral was scheduled in Chicago. Bianca requested no media, no fans. But WWE planned a tribute episode of Raw. 10 bell salute, tribute video, special main event. But how can a bell toll measure the heartbeat of a man who inspired millions? How can a montage replace a father who never got to hold his child? Yes, child. Bianca revealed something else. She was pregnant. She found out the night before Montez died. He never knew. He never got to hear the news, to place a hand on her belly, to promise his child a lifetime of love. Now she carries that child, their legacy, their future. And the pain runs deeper than grief. It is generational, cosmic, a sorrow too vast for words. She said, I'm going to raise this baby. And they're going to know who their father was. Not just a wrestler, a hero, a king. The outpouring of support was staggering. Thousands of comments, tributes, videos. But one comment stood out. From a blank account, it read, Bianca, if it's a boy, name him King. Rumor has it the message came from Montez's cousin, who once said Montez called Bianca his queen because she gave him a kingdom. And now that kingdom must endure. Triple H announced a new legacy, the Ford Future Initiative. Not a PPV, but a movement, heart screenings, mental health access, mandatory rest, safer training conditions. Every new recruit from 2026 will wear his initials. Because if his story saves even one life, then Montez is still changing the world. But the question remains, how did we let this happen? How does someone so visible, so cherished, die in silence? The system is broken. The culture is broken. WWE must evolve. And Bianca, she's not returning to the ring until a full medical overhaul is done. Her words echo like thunder now, not just the EST, but the EVP, every voice protected. And she won't stop until this industry listens. Her voice is louder than any entrance theme, stronger than any promo, more cutting than any finisher. Bianca Belair is no longer just the boldest, fastest, strongest, she's a mother, a widow, a storm. And the legacy of Montez Ford will never fade, not while her voice roars on.